I didn't have a choice. The dealer in Rhode Island that was safe is gone.
Gone?
Gone, retired.
Tim, what happens when there isn't any more local coin shops to buy and sell gold and silver?
I would be surprised if every coin dealer I ever used to work with is gone. Not in 5 years, I mean within the year. All the dealers, I think, are dropping out.
It dropped like a rock, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Not as much as I wanted, but it dropped like a rock.
People are ready to buy the dip
That is true.
every time. It's amazing.
When are we going to have a really big dip?
For the first time ever, SD Bullion is giving away 2 monster boxes of silver coins, but not just any silver. Learn more today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
It dropped like a rock, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Not as much as I wanted, but it dropped like a rock.
Not as much as I wanted to. When I came in here, or when I saw the price drop, I was like, I'm going to Tim's, and I'm going to get some gold. And maybe a little bit of silver. How about you?
Well, I'm hoping to get a little gold too, but we'll see what he's got. You know, it's getting a little thin around here.
It is. So what do you have for silver and gold in stock, Tim?
Nothing. You know,
Nothing?
we sold it all this morning.
You got eagles.
I do have eagles.
You're waiting on maples.
Waiting on maples, and let's see, I do have things like buffaloes and other 1 ounce rounds. I have a lot of silver. It's just that, you know, it's in boxes like this. And some of the bars have to be dipped.
Just laying around.
Well, we had a prior customer go through that. And
Yeah,
get
he took more than half the box.
Yeah, he did. So how long have you been stacking silver and gold?
Since 1982.
82?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not a newbie at all in this. The guy ahead of you, I think this was the first time he was buying silver.
He said
Second?
Second time here for him. I've got a really good, let's say, cost of goods purchased.
Nice.
An ounce and a half if you got it in maple leaves.
Ounce and a half.
Yes.
Nice. Do you care what kind of gold it is?
Just maple leaves.
Maple leaves.
They're more recognized around the world if I have to flee.
He's obviously going to flee to Canada because nobody will look for him there.
Exactly. No, in India these are preferred too.
India?
Yes,
Yeah,
India
they do.
preferred
They
is
like the
maple
20
leaves.
Wow.
Oh.
Most of them are pretty decent. I even have...
Oh, look at the queen. I like the queen.
That's all the maple leaves.
So no half ounces,
Well, let me see what I got for a half ounce.
because I'll just take 1 and 1, 1.5, because that's all I brought with me, and I wasn't going to trade any more silver like I did this weekend.
Oh, you did make an exchange?
Yeah, because I wanted a little exchange it. Even though I know it's going much higher, I figured that there's just not going to be any gold anywhere.
Much higher.
Much higher.
Much higher?
Yeah, I'm betting the next resistance is at 10,000.
And silver?
Well, if it was to go back to, with inflation at 1980 prices, it should be 1670 about.
Real inflation, not the CPI.
Not shadow stats.
Yeah, shadow stats, right. Before they changed how they measured inflation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
very nice.
let me get these other out of the way.
We have this limit in this country that should have also been increased by inflation, but since the Banking Secrecy Act, it stayed at 10,000, which should be about $250,000.
It's crazy that it's still 10.
Well, that's because they don't want the money out of the country. And that's it. It's a fiat currency.
The dollar has been declining. Trump actually said that he thought that was great, Tim, which is good for the metals.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good for the math.
It's good for the math. It's not good for us.
math.
And, you know, as soon as he gets his guy in the Fed, we're all in trouble because that's what's going to make gold $10,000.
I think that's... I don't think that's the plan for Trump. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen after Trump, but
We don't.
the Fed has not been well run.
Well,
And-
it hasn't been run well since, I think, 1913.
The whole purpose of the Fed was to protect the value of the dollar.
Oh, yes.
And let's say your favorite hedge fund wins the bet. They put the money in the pocket. And let's say they lose the bet. What do they do?
they give it to
go
us.
to the commercial bank and raid the capital reserves, and then the Fed replaces those. I mean, Bernanke used to say this every time he was in front of Congress. He used to say, we have to protect the capital reserves of the commercial banks. Well, where does that money come from? Does it come out of thin air? Where does that money come from?
It does.
It does.
I think it's thin air.
It is.
It's thin air with your name on.
Yes,
on a
well, I know
chunk of it,
it's
you know.
my debt. I understand this. I don't think most people do.
No, that's true. We all owe that debt.
If people did know, they'd be buying this stuff
Yes.
like crazy.
Oh, this blue stuff?
No, not that stuff. I'm trying to get to the real money, not the currency, the money.
It's a sad situation.
They have to either inflate the dollar away to protect the treasury, or the other choice is they default, and then the dollar's worthless, and America's done. And that's not going to happen.
We're bankrupt now. We just don't know it.
I know we're bankrupt. Yeah, I mean, $100 trillion, where are we going to get that from? I mean, everybody thinks it's 30, what, 2, 3, whatever, or 4. It isn't. They forget all about the unfunded liabilities and all these wars that we recently had that aren't on the books. Where's that money?
I like this guy. I think he's good. And Tim has a lot to share when he gets off the call, but I need to talk with you just a bit about the correction that we had with silver and gold. So this video you're watching was recorded on Thursday, the 29th, when gold and silver dipped. They both plunged on Friday, the 30th. As you know, silver tumbled over 30% to below $80 per ounce at one point. Gold dropped more than 11% to below $4,800 per ounce at one point. So why? Why did that happen? Well, some are saying it's aggressive profit taking. It's Trump's Fed chair appointment. It's the partial government shutdown. Banksters shorting the market. It's the end of the silver and gold bull run. There's a lot of reasons. Tim texted me on Friday and said, is this it? Is this the great short yank? I told you it was coming. So what do I think? I think it's completely expected. In fact, I told you that a 50% crash in silver and a 25% crash in gold were possible. I told you it happened before. Unfortunately, there are brand new gold and silver stackers, mostly silver stackers, completely oblivious to these facts. I got a pile of comments and emails from stacking noobs completely freaking out on Friday. This one really took the cake, okay? Wow. Worthless? Like fiat? That's ridiculous. But it does kind of show how people can treat silver like DraftKings. I swear we've gotten inundated by a bunch of crypto bros now wanting to get rich quick with silver. That is not stacking the Yankee way. That has never been stacking the Yankee way. So what did I do? I bought. All right, I bought some fun silver at Tim's on Thursday that you'll see when we get back to the video. I bought a lot more on Friday, specifically a tube of 2026 Silver Eagles and 2 pre-33 double gold Eagles. And I am absolutely thrilled that I got them on sale. Seriously, I didn't want to buy any more precious metals until this kind of a drop. I had listened to Tim. I had kept some dry powder handy, and I bought. I mean, come on, Tim was right. And guess what? On Monday, if it drops more, I'm buying more. Why? Because the fundamentals haven't changed. Let's just take a few seconds and show you gold, for example. A true structural long-term collapse in gold would require most of the following to happen. Sustained positive real yields. We're talking interest rates above inflation, real inflation, right? No. Trump and his new Fed chair are still gonna cut rates. Central bank reductions in gold holdings, a strong dollar, long-term fiscal discipline. I have a hard time reading that without laughing. And acceptance of prolonged economic pain. We're talking austerity. Really? In America? Yeah, there's zero political chance of that happening. There are other examples for silver too, but you get my point. Nothing has changed fundamentally, not one iota. So I continue to stack silver and gold as insurance, not as an investment. Now, I know that blows people's minds when they hear me say it, but Yankee, there's so much upside. It's been repressed, so you can make a lot of money. Yeah, I get it. But there's a real danger with that. Just please be careful how you really view your physical silver and gold. Now, I do speculate a little bit in commodity stocks, especially mining companies. And yes, while they took a big hit too, I'm fine with that. I'm still way up. And I don't think this bull run in precious metals is anywhere near over. By the way, there is another metal that has done insanely well over the past 6 months. Do you know what it is? Copper. Copper is at all-time record highs. It broke out of a 20-year trading channel recently. Maybe it's because President Trump is trying to secure U.S. mineral independence, including copper. Maybe it's because copper is so vital to our defense and AI infrastructure. Whatever the reason. Billionaire investing legend Stanley Druckenmiller said copper is, quote, in the tightest position I have ever studied, and he knows what he's talking about. So while I don't stack much physical copper due to its bulk, I can invest in a high-quality copper mining company. So let me tell you about one. It's a copper-focused junior miner who's up over 30% so far this year. In fact, they were even up this past week with the silver and gold correction. It's Giant Mining. They're the sponsor of this portion of the video, and I've shared them with you before. In my humble opinion, they're the best copper play out there, and they're in Nevada, USA. That is super important. The historic underground mines at the Majuba Hill project produced copper, tin, and silver from the early 1900s all the way through to the 1950s. We're talking 2.8 million pounds of copper, 184,000 ounces of silver, 5,800 ounces of gold, and 21,000 pounds of tin. And what I really love about them is that they have an established infrastructure with access roads, a power supply, a water supply, and space for potential processing infrastructure as the project advances. All of these are super advantageous with a junior miner. So that's it. I just wanted to mention Giant Mining to you once again. I am not a professional financial advisor. I do not give professional financial advice on my channel. I'm just a stacking YouTuber who wants to make you aware of opportunities that might fit your investment goals and your risk tolerance. You have to do your own due diligence with them before you buy even a single share. If you end up deciding for yourself to become a shareholder in Giant Mining Corp., their ticker symbol is right there on the screen. It's BFGFF. And you can trade them on the over-the-counter market with platforms like Fidelity or Schwab. Guys, silver, gold, and copper. Make sure you're properly diversified. Okay, let's get back to Tim and his coin shop.
Okay, the problem right now is none of the refineries that we go to are buying sterling. And one of them said, well, if you're paying more than 65%, you're not going to be happy with what we pay you. So I think it's a temporary condition, but okay, same problem with 90%. We have been given some numbers by one of the wholesalers, and I'll tell you how they figure it. They take the 0.715, multiply it times whatever the low for the day of the spot price is, and that's key because they use the low for the day. Okay, and then they take, let me see, make sure that hasn't changed. Okay, then they take $9.65 off that multiple. So let's say the multiple is, I don't know, $79.65. Okay, they take $9.65 off of that multiple, so go back down to 70.
That is painful.
And it's maybe a temporary condition, but that is a wholesaler that doesn't want to buy anymore. But that is what the industry is doing, and on 90%. Doesn't matter if it's piece or Morgan dollars or dimes, quarters, and halves. And I've got another one that is taking $11 off whatever the multiple is. So, yeah, I mean, it's that bad. And, but they
This is not the right time to be selling your junk silver.
well, even 999 is being melted down.
I think it affects people's exit strategy, especially when it comes to swapping their silver for gold. It's a harder thing to do than I think a lot of people expected.
Oh yeah, well, it's going to be difficult to do it at all because of the way cash is becoming difficult to have. How is a dealer going to deal with bank checks from out of state and things like that? Getting them cleared, the timing, it's terrible.
So what brought you up to Tim's?
Because around New England, he's one of the better dealers that you can go to. I mean, I didn't have a choice. The dealer in Rhode Island that was safe is gone. Gone, retired.
I know you were going to lock in the price for me. I don't know. I know this is stretching it a bit.
Well, we have a store policy. If you wrote your check on the 12th, that's what we'll start with. It'll be the price that it was on the 12th.
Tim, thank you very, very much for that. I definitely appreciate that.
That's a really great deal that Tim offers when you send in a check like that. With the volatility that we're seeing in the markets, Tim, how can you do that? That's impressive.
I know.
It's been a store policy for a long time.
Extremely impressive. He has my business for the rest of my life. I can tell you that right now. Just because of that. My brother uses them, and he lives in Tennessee, and he reaches out to them all the time to purchase things, and just because of this, that's unbelievable. He goes, I love doing business with him, and then he goes, when he gets here, he gets here. He goes, that's not an issue.
I think I had to package that in a Maple Leaf Monster box, and I had to put the Monster box in the post office box. It was something really crazy like that. And things are not getting out of here quickly, but we'll get to it as soon as we can.
Tim, you take your time. Like I said, there's no rush, but I just appreciate that you honor. Like I said, you stand by your word, and that's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't your beard a lot shorter when you first got in line?
Yeah, but it takes a while here.
This way we make every effort to treat our customers with fast service.
No matter how long it takes.
Yeah, no matter how long it takes.
And I've only been 3 times to Tim's because I used to have a good dealer at local, but he retired. Like you were saying, they're going away.
They're going away, Tim.
Tim's not.
Tim's not, right? You're not going away, Tim?
I actually enjoy myself here.
Now, you told me when silver hit $100, you might close the door.
Yeah.
You did. And I hope you've changed your mind, right?
I was hoping, but there are too many people holding the door open.
You told me that when silver went way up, the premiums would vanish. No, I'll go back and get that clip. You said when it gets. When I said, what happens when silver hits 50? And you're like, the premiums are going to shrink.
Okay, you're looking at the sell premiums. They never go down, but the buy premiums way down, way down.
But the premiums on, say, an Eagle versus a round, shouldn't that be dwindling to next to nothing
You
at these prices?
know how much stuff I'm buying, and multiply that times, say, 300 dealers, and you can see what kind of a predicament the wholesalers are in. Mm-hmm. And a lot of dealers are not buying any silver.
And those that are buying it way back of spot.
That is also true.
Do you
because
think what
spot is not?
I know.
Spot.
I know. But what stabilizes that, Tim? What
Reality.
gets it back to normal?
That's a good question.
I don't see
I
that
think it's-
happening soon.
What we are
I
what
don't see
we
it
are
happening.
seeing are paper prices.
Yes.
They're futures contracts, and that doesn't make any sense. That's not the definition of a spot price, no matter what they call it. And a spot price should at least consider supply and demand. And now we're hearing a lot of people saying there's a huge shortage of silver. Well, go ask a dealer who's still buying silver how much of a shortage there is. I don't think there's any shortage at all.
There's a demand is up. You had a whole line of people buying today on this dip.
Yeah, if you're anywhere near my age and you want to provide for your family by buying gold and silver, it's probably, you might as well pull the trigger sometime. And I think that's a lot of it. And people just don't want to wait anymore.
People are ready to buy the dip
That is true.
every time. It's amazing.
When are we going to have a really big dip?
I think we're going to be higher than 200. Just because of the hoarding that's going to go on with the fact that you need it for weapons.
A big reset.
Yes, a reset. And one's coming of some kind or another. It's hard to say which or when, but I bet by 2030 it happens.
That's what I've been saying all along. Since I started my channel 7.5 years ago, I said, I don't think we get out of this decade without a dollar reset and a complete collapse of this current economic system that we're in.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree with you.
Have you seen my channel?
Since it started.
You've been watching my channel since it started?
Yeah, not every episode, but yes.
Don't you have anything better to do? Don't you have anything better to do?
Oh!
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any small pieces of gold, or you're swamped today?
Small pieces of gold are now becoming a problem.
Okay, that's
interesting.
what I figured.
And yes, he has been swamped today, to answer your question.
Good, thank you. Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, thanks to you. I've been educated. You and Tim, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for watching the channel.
Well, I started watching I think a couple years ago, and I go, why am I watching this? So I'm like, but I felt like it was the Lord showing me, like, start buying some silver and gold. So that's what happened. I got very educated. Thank you.
Wow, that makes me feel great to hear that.
I always wanted to tell you that, but I thought I'll never be able to communicate that to you. But really, it was straight from the throne of God, I'm telling you.
Wow,
So thank you.
that means a lot to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So I don't want to hold Tim up, so I'll call back in a week or two and see how things are going.
Hopefully you'll have it in a week or two.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Well, under the circumstances, it's getting hard to keep customers. U.S. Mint has made a lot of changes in the way they do business.
Yeah, they have.
And they blindsided everybody by closing down and resetting all the pricing. And I think that's caused a real problem for the wholesalers.
So you're out of gold eagles and gold buffaloes?
Yeah, I have buffaloes. I'm not sure if we'll ever get them.
What?
Well, they've already canceled one of my orders. I should go through here more often.
Tim, what happens when there isn't any more local coin shops to buy and sell gold and silver?
I would be surprised if every coin dealer I ever used to work with is gone. Not in 5 years. I mean, within the year. All the dealers, I think, are dropping out.
Within the year?
Within a year, they'll all be gone.
Why?
It's too much an investment and not enough profit.
And the volatility, is that also another
Yeah, it's
another reason?
every dealer I've talked to, and I would say the last 3 or 4 months, is just saying this. It's not fun anymore.
If it stabilized for a month or two, do you think that might help?
No, because it brings everybody to another level of investment, and that's probably the major part of it.
But don't you think we already are at another level of investment? People in line behind me, I just talked to them. They're all like, yeah,
I would
know.
say if we
They're buying.
had the efficiency in our down in Wall Street that we have in China when it comes to gold and silver. You buying that?
Beautiful 50 cal silver bullet. Can I get this, Tim?
Have you taken all your gun safety classes?
Yes, I won't fire this. I just want to buy it on the dip. That's so cool. I gotta get this. I gotta get it. Not exactly stacking, but it's a fun little thing to get to add to my stack.